I spent the last week calling up every Ram service manager I know. I didn't want the marketing talk. I didn't want the corporate talking points. I asked them the one question they absolutely hate. When you take these trucks out of the warranty period, are they going to hold up, or are they going to drain the owner's bank account? The answers I got, they were surprising, and honestly, they were a bit terrifying. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we aren't doing another 0 to 60 test. We aren't doing another let's listen to the exhaust note comparison. Today is about one thing: the long-term truth of the 2025 Ram 1500 reliability. If you own a Hurricane-powered truck, or you're on the fence about trading in your HEMI, you need to hear this. We are going to dissect why the industry is shifting, why the search for Ram 1500 electrical issues is peaking, and why, for the first time in my career, I'm telling people that their choice of engine is going to fundamentally change how they own a vehicle. Let's be blunt. The HEMI was the end of an era. It was a 5.7-liter V8 that prioritized displacement. It relied on massive, heavy components. It was good enough engineering that lasted forever because it had massive margins of error. The Hurricane? It's a completely different philosophy. This is precision engineering. You have a 3.0-liter inline-six that is making HEMI-level power. How? By cramming air into it with two turbos, by pushing the compression ratios to the absolute limit. When I talk to the service managers, the biggest issue they're seeing isn't catastrophic failure, it's maintenance sensitivity. I had one lead tech tell me the HEMI was a mule, the Hurricane is a thoroughbred. If you don't treat a thoroughbred like a racehorse, it's going to get sick. What does that mean for you? It means the ignore the oil change for an extra 2,000 miles days are over. If you own a Hurricane, you are on a strict schedule. If you use the wrong oil, the variable valve timing system, which is insanely complex on these engines, will start to act up. If you don't let the turbos cool down, you're asking for turbo seals to cook. This isn't a defect, this is physics. And it is the most common reason we see Ram Hurricane engine problems popping up in the service bays. The second thing the dealers admitted, and this is what really causes the anxiety, is the software integration. We've seen a massive spike in searches for 36 Ram 1500 electrical issues. Why? Because these trucks aren't just mechanical anymore. They are rolling data centers. I sat in a 2025 model yesterday, and I watched the technician perform a software flash just to stop a phantom check engine light. It wasn't a broken sensor, it was a communication gap. Here is the truth. The 2025 to 2026 Ram 1500 is the most software-dependent vehicle Ram has ever built. When you have a platform that relies on thousands of lines of code to manage the turbo boost, the transmission shifting, and the fuel economy, you are going to have bugs. It's inevitable. The panic you see on the forums. A lot of that comes from owners who think their engine is broken when it's actually a digital misfire. It's frustrating. It feels like the truck is unreliable, but mechanically, the engine blocks are holding up, the transmissions are holding up. The frustration is the interface between you and the machine. And that is a hurdle we are all going to have to get over as we move into this new generation of trucks. So why the shift? Why did Ram do this? They didn't want to get rid of the HEMI. They were forced to. Federal emissions regulations, fuel economy mandates. The HEMI was a dinosaur in an electric age. But here's what the dealers won't tell you. They know the Hurricane is a gamble. One manager told me, "We aren't seeing the high mileage Hurricanes yet. We are seeing the 5,000-mile Hurricanes." And that's the reality. We don't have the 150,000-mile data yet. The HEMI had 20 years of data. We knew exactly when the lifters would tick, exactly when the exhaust bolts would snap. We knew the timeline. With the Hurricane, we are writing that history in real time. Does that make it a bad truck? Absolutely not. It makes it a new truck. It makes it a pioneer truck. If you're the kind of owner who wants the cutting edge, who wants the best power-to-weight ratio and who is willing to be part of that technological evolution, this truck is for you. It's faster, it's lighter, and it feels incredible to drive. But if you are the guy who wants to keep a truck for 15 years, who wants to do his own oil changes in the driveway, and who just wants a vehicle that starts every morning without a software update, then the Hurricane might not be your engine. And that's okay. There is nothing wrong with seeking out a late model HEMI. It's a proven entity. It's a known quantity. Don't let the internet pressure you into buying something that doesn't fit your lifestyle. My advice, if you are at the dealership, be honest with yourself. Are you buying this for the technology, or are you buying it because you were told it's the new thing? If it's the latter, pause. Go drive a HEMI. See how it feels. Compare them. Make the decision based on your needs, not the marketing. I am going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep tracking these trucks as they hit 50,000, 100,000, and 200,000 miles. We are building our own database here because we aren't getting the answers from corporate. If you own a Hurricane Ram, tell me your story. What is your mileage? Have you seen any electrical glitches? This channel is becoming the largest repository of real-world owner experiences, and I need your data to keep this going. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button, because while the rest of the car world is just guessing, we are going to be the ones who actually know which engine is going to win the long game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the comments.